We just keep getting one big announcement after another. Today is no different. Today we have some XRP news and some Bitcoin news. But this article is titled XRP approved in Dubai. If that's not big, I don't know what is. Smash the like button for that. It begins here. Things are getting hot and serious, folks. Ripple, XRP, and the latest approval in Dubai. This week, VARA of the Dubai Financial Authority approved XRP. That sounds so good. Oh my goodness, I can't wait. The setup is so beautiful. This is just my humble opinion. You don't have to agree with this, of course. All right, have your own thoughts. So there's another win for Ripple on the global stage. Win for Ripple? What? It's a win for anybody who loves XRP, period. Let's get that out of the way. All right? The people who love XRP are who paved the way for all of this. All right, anyway. So now, it says the approval means that Dubai can use XRP for money transfers globally. And you know that's major. Major, not only major value flows through Dubai, created by Dubai, but it's the connections. See, that's what I like. That's what I'm interested in. The connections that can be made in Dubai when all of those big money people over there are satisfied with XRP, with utilization of the XRPL, and then they say to their partners, their friends, their family members, hey, listen, there's a new system in town, and it's called XRP. Hey, let's not kid ourselves. In that region, we got a couple of bank coins deep in that region, but we're going to talk about XRP because this just happened for XRP, but they recommend it to someone else, and it just keeps spreading and growing. That increases the adoption of XRP, the use of XRP. What happens when the supply of XRP starts going down because you have a countless amount of entities and individuals around the world utilizing XRP? What happens then? That's long-term stuff. That's bullish. That's where my mind goes. So it continues on. This approval means that Dubai can use XRP for money transfers globally. This approval signals more XRP adoption. Yes, but I don't think the writer understands how multidimensional or how layered that statement actually is. So sure, on the surface, there's adoption because you're going to have a lot of these institutions in Dubai possibly, not guaranteed, possibly utilize XRP, which we know XRP super deep in the MENA region. XRPL and Ripple are super deep in the MENA region. Did you see our videos a couple weeks back? We covered QNB Bank. We covered Al-Ansari Wafa. We covered a few banks actually around that time. Looked at their numbers and everything. So they're deep over there. This is going to be big in the future. Just my humble opinion. All right. It says, then they go into some uncertainties, you know, the whole SEC thing, which looks like is about to be over. I'm scrolling down here. I'm trying to see if they have anything else. They don't really, I don't see them going into depth here. They go into a little bit more of the SEC stuff. Some of the chart activity with XRP price action, I'm not concerned with right now whatsoever at all. Right now I'm watching the build up. I'm watching with the trajectory, and the trajectory of where XRP is headed looks very, very good, very bullish in my humble opinion. Long term, not short term, long term. We have a lot of huge catalysts popping off. And once again, I want to say, if these are the announcement they're making right now, and it doesn't seem like they're getting them out of the way, I don't think that these are the big announcements. The last few weeks, they just keep saying one thing after another that they're doing, which has been great. Fun time. I think these are the smaller announcements, which I believe they're getting out of the way in preparation for massive announcements. They're saving those, but I believe going by the energy of Brad Garlinghouse, who seems to be super excited about something, and I think it's something that's not apparent, but going by his energy, I think he wants to feed the people. I do. I'm just giving you my honest thoughts. That's all I can do. I think he wants to feed the people. It seems to matter to him in a way. All right. Remember, Ripple's a multi-dimensional company. There's a lot of facets to it. All right. I know some people don't like Ripple. I get that as well. I understand where you're coming from. But there's a part of him that wants to feed the people something good and keep them bullish, feed the customers something bullish and show them that, hey, listen, we're here. XRP is here. So I think he's putting out these announcements now, not him, but like Ripple putting out these announcements now to keep the people happy. I'm definitely happy with the developments over the last few weeks, 100%. And I'm not talking about price action. Look, like I said, I'm long term. But I think it's in build up to some massive announcements and partnerships that probably never have been hinted at, because you can't listen, some NDAs, it's not the NDAs that keep you from talking, but it's also the power of those partnerships. You don't want to compromise those relationships. You just don't. And I've been around a long time. I've seen people deal with NDAs in a lot of different ways in a few different industries throughout my time. Those who know, right? And so some NDAs people may be able to hint on what's going on, just hint, because the people aren't really worried about those relationships. They don't tell you exactly what's going on, but they might hint at it. Some relationships you don't do that with, because they're so potent and those companies have so much power. You just don't want to cross them at all. I think that's what we're dealing with here. I think Ripple has some major, it's my humble opinion. You could disagree with it. You could write it off. That's on you. All right. That's up to you. But looking at what they've been doing and the partnerships they've been bringing in the past, you talk about Bank of America, you're talking about, I believe HSBC is also one, Bank for International Settlements. And I just say to myself, there's some bigger stuff on the table, I believe, with companies. I just don't see how certain larger companies haven't had an interaction with Ripple. I just don't. But you don't hear anything about it. And I haven't seen Ripple go after I'll say, very, very big, potent partnerships just yet that are there for the taking. But it seems like they lead you away from those thoughts. You get what you get where I'm trying to go with this? My apologies for not being eloquent. I'm going to lay out a possibility, and I could be completely wrong, but I just want to use it as an example. Now, Swift. Put Swift on the table. Yep, I'm going to say put Swift on the table. I just don't see how there's not a future working relationship between Swift and Ripple. Now, I'm going to stop right there, because if you've been in the members only section and you actually watched the last few videos, the entirety of them, I don't have to say any more than that. And there's a reason that I say that. A solid reason. I'll stop right at that. So now let's move on here to this next article, okay? That first one got me excited. So when I get excited, I start having a lot of thoughts. This article is titled, Ripple VP Breaks Silence Over XRP Ledger's Korean Growth. And remember, recently I was saying how bullish is South Korea. Let's be specific. South Korea is on XRP. They even had a poll come out, an article come out, a few articles saying that XRP was South Korea's favorite cryptocurrency. That's huge. So it begins here. In this light, Ripple VP of Corporate Strategy and Operations, Emi Yoshikawa, has expressed enthusiasm about the growing momentum of the XRP ledger in South Korea. This surge in interest is particularly noteworthy as more enterprises enter the digital asset space, seeking reliable and enterprise-grade platforms to support their initiatives. The Ripple executive highlighted the latest development from Infinite Block, Korea's sole licensed digital asset custody provider. In the past month, it announced its participation as a validator in the XRP ledger blockchain. In the most recent development, Infinite Block Custody now supports XRPL, having launched an XRP ledger custody service. According to a tweet shared by Yoshikawa, Infinite Block announced at the start of the week that it will further expand XRP ledger-based custody services and pursue the expansion of blockchain services through compliance with domestic regulations. Infinite Block also plans to provide consulting for regulatory compliance of key XRPL initiatives and ecosystem builders. The XRPL seems to be on fire now. It's all the rage. We're getting a lot of adoption right now. The buildup is real. Reflecting on recent developments, Yoshikawa stated, quote, "Great to see continued momentum on the XRP ledger in Korea. With more enterprises entering the digital asset space, it's critical for them to have access to reliable enterprise-grade digital asset platforms. Excited to see Infinite Block." I almost said Infinite Rock. I'm thinking my brain is so much on BlackRock. Watch BlackRock. The next year or two, watch BlackRock. They're doing some things behind the scenes that seem a little bit interesting. I'm telling you, keep your eye on them. All right, but let's keep going. Excited to see Infinite Block, the only licensed digital asset custody provider in Korea, unlocking opportunities for XRPL users in Korea. Listen, unquote. Listen, when I say watch BlackRock, because I look at them as the leader of all of those big institutions. And I like it like that. I like it like that because I know they have the value and they have the power to influence all of the other large companies. So when I see them going full blast into tokenization, and then I look at some of the bank coins that are heavy into tokenization, we're talking Ripple with a massive push into real world asset tokenization. One, we're talking Stellar with a huge impact in real world asset tokenization. They make no secret about that. I say to myself, there's a lot of potential there, in that the industries, the legacy industry, is serious when it comes to the trillions in value that that is in real world asset tokenization. So it continues here. It says, did we read this part? I don't think we did. The excitement surrounding the XRP ledger's momentum in Korea is well founded, with Infinite Block leading the charge as a licensed digital asset custody provider. The opportunities for XRPL users in Korea are expanding. XRP Ledger has been gaining traction globally, and Korea is no exception. Yoshikawa's recent remarks underscore the increasing adoption of XRPL in Korea. This trend reflects a broader movement within the digital asset space. Okay, let me stop right there. Now I'm gonna give you some of my random. You can skip this chapter if you want to and go right to the next XRP chapter, and then we have an IMF chapter and a Bitcoin chapter if we do the IMF, if we have time. But I want to speak on this very quickly. Some of my random movie and my entertainment thoughts. You know, I've fallen out of love with mainstream a long time ago. I really don't participate in a lot of mainstream things. If I do, it's something that's old school that I love from the past, really. Other than that, I really don't partake. One of the big problems I think that the mainstream is having is a lack of creativity. They have a lack of creativity. They don't want to try anything new. They want guaranteed money. I understand guaranteed money. And I'm talking about the movie industry. They want guaranteed money, or they feel it's guaranteed money, which now is starting to dry up when it comes to movies. You have to be willing to take risk. You have to be willing to bring in new talent and actually bring in developed talent that went to school for things like acting or is a real martial artist. And, you know, I think about this, especially when it comes to superhero movies, which one of the original was none other than Blade. You know, I recently, as I'm doing my research, I get some like random articles that pop up from time to time. And some of those articles are movie articles. And I don't know why they always like recommend me some Denzel Washington movie, or they talk about Blade. Probably based off something like they probably have a tracker or something somewhere that they see what I'm looking at. And so they recommend those certain things. But the Blade movie, they say, is now not going to be made. Now, I don't think that they understood what made the first Blade special. The first Blade is not just the character, the cartoon. I didn't know what Blade was. I didn't know who Blade was. And I read X-Men comics when I was younger. That's the main Marvel comics that I read. X-Men, then I read Batman from DC, Superman. I was huge on Superman and Batman. I didn't know who Blade was. Wesley Snipes, let's be clear about this. Yes, I'm talking about Wesley Snipes again, because they clearly undervalue what he brought to the table. I did know Wesley Snipes. He is what made the Blade movie special. His special combination of characteristics. They don't understand this. So, if you ever watched Wesley Snipes movies, which I recommend, a lot of the early 90s movies are tremendously good, folks. Passenger 57. If you're old school, you love old school 90s movies, pure action movies, I'm telling you, check these out. They're good, you know, but if you don't like some profanity, then don't watch. Sometimes it might have just a wee bit of nudity in some of the movies. Just if you don't like that, then don't watch either. You know what I mean? But other than that, these are tremendously good. Watch Passenger 57 was a tremendously good movie. Right? Then you have the basketball movie with Woody Harrelson, whatever that was called. That was good. What was the one with the train? Wait, did Train have Woody Harrelson in it also? Money Train. I just remember Money Train was extremely good. Then I can't forget this one. Then you had what's the one with come on folks, help me out. Put it in the comment section. What's the one with Sylvester Stallone? What was that one? Where they were frozen in time and they came out in a future that was way softer than what their world was. But Wesley Snipes was a bad guy and he was snapping off. I'm sorry, I'm not so eloquent on this. Demolition Man. I remember, yes, thank you. Somebody out there sent me some energy. I caught it. Demolition Man. Oh, that was such a good movie. Come on. Now, if you want an action movie for the weekend, check out Demolition Man. Wesley Snipes made all those movies great. Don't get me wrong. Sylvester Stallone brought some to the table. Also, Woody Harrelson, tremendously good actor also. But here's the thing. Wesley Snipes being a real martial artist. He knows how to sell the moves. He knows how to make them cool. That's number one. Number two, he's naturally funny. So in the midst of all this craziness, all this drama, he can say something that another actor would make seem dramatic. He can make you laugh. So he has natural martial arts ability, natural comedic ability. He also can be very intimidating and scary. Wesley Snipes can look all types of crazy. So he's a great actor, not good actor. Forget that. No. Wesley Snipes is a great actor. You have all three of that combination. There's not a lot of people that have those combinations. And he brought every little bit of that to Blade. He made that movie awesome. And it's just like, they just can't figure out how to put it all together. It's like, just don't remake anything. That's how I feel. I'll close out with this and I'll get back to the crypto. Do not remake anything. Let's go with some original ideas. There's so many possibilities in the world. Tell the story a new way. Do something new. Give new writers a chance. Grab some of those actors out of Juilliard, or if that's still a thing. Grab some real martial artists, and train them up. I mean, so anyway, so that's how I feel. I feel like the industry has sort of dried up. They're just doing the same thing. Lion King Part 4, Blade Part 4, the next Predator 6, Prey 2, something like that. Everything is a remake. There's nothing original. Back then we had originals. Godzilla Part 22. You have to have original things. You have to take some chances to keep things fresh. A running river is fresh water. You can drink from that. At least this is what they say. Right? That's why I wouldn't drink from the river. I'm just saying. This is what they say. In comparison to stagnant water of a lake, in the industries have become stagnant water. All the music sounds the same. The rappers all rap the same. It's not like old school hip hop. Listen, I listen to a lot of music though. All the rap sounds the same. Metalcore, a lot of the metalcore sounds the same. Come on. No, listen, I've been listening to metal for a long time. Metalcore, a lot of the metalcore sounds the same. The pop music, they sound like rappers. The industries have become a stagnant lake. You need to have a refresher. Something needs to be refreshed. So now we're going to end off here with these articles. We're going to just be able to get in the XRP article and the Bitcoin article. Let's push the IMF article to the back. So now this chapter here is titled. That's another thing I'm going to say right before we get into this Bitcoin article. Can we please get a few, like, where are the Ellen Ripleys? Where are the Ellen Ripleys, the Sarah Connors, the what was Gina Davis' name from The Long Kiss Goodnight? Where's the Charlie Baltimores? Oh my goodness. Listen, we had so much stuff going in the 90s. I need a movie where they just let a lady let's get some cool, tough ladies and let them go on a rampage. Where's my Sarah Connor? Oh my goodness, man. People don't understand how awesome the 80s and the 90s were. They just don't get it. I don't know. You can never repeat that time period, but man, it was an awesome time to be alive. So anyway, this article here is titled, I thought this was a Bitcoin article. It's the XRP article. My apologies. This article is titled, XRP Whales Threaten Supply. XRP is undoubtedly home to more whale addresses that many would expect, with supply data even showing an interesting concentration among these whale wallets. An XRP proponent named Chad Steingraber, we've been hearing a lot from Mr. Steingraber, I'm showing respect, recently highlighted this phenomenon on social media. According to supply distribution, XRP is on track to develop a supply crunch. I definitely would like to see that. That's how like Bugs Bunny and the Mask would say stuff. Did anybody catch that when I did? It was one of the last videos I did, and then I had to take some notes. That was for real. I had to take some notes, write some things down, and I was like, ah-dee-da-dee-da. Like that was like a ode to how like Bugs Bunny would do things. He would have this little like sound that he would make when he does something. He's like busy to signify that he's busy. And I used to love that stuff when I was little. Yes, I love the same stuff when I was little that I do now. Why would that substantial base layer change? You know what I mean? But anyway, I just wanted to see if anybody would catch that. Anybody from the old school like me. Anyway, according to the supply distribution, I love all you. I love all you people out there, man. I appreciate you. According to supply distribution, XRP is on track to develop a supply crunch in the near future, especially with the SEC lawsuit against Ripple now coming to a close. Oh, my word. I can't wait. It's been a long time coming. It's been a long time coming, and I know. I ain't gonna sing too much of the song because I'm not trying to get copyright struck by YouTube. Increase in XRP whales raise scarcity concerns. XRP was created with a total circulating supply of 100 billion XRP tokens. However, despite this huge amount of tokens that could theoretically be available, XRP has managed to be scarce. This interesting distinction was recently highlighted by Steingraber, who noted that the public supply today is far less than people realize. Part of XRP's scarcity is due to Ripple's control over the majority of the supply through an escrow system that releases only a small portion each month. Particularly, this escrow system is known to contain around 40 billion XRP tokens, which are currently locked up from public supply. Very strategic. You have to give thought to why they have that. It's going to be used, believe me. And I believe I know why they have to have that there as well. It says, aside from the 39 billion or so XRP tokens in escrow, XRP's availability for retail traders has been threatened by whale accumulation in the recent months. There's a reason for that. The reason is why. What's coming that's causing this? What is the why? What is the cause? This is the effect. Out of the 55.6 billion XRP currently in circulation, the top 10 XRP addresses control about 11.2 billion XRP. Furthermore, the top 50 addresses control 26.9 billion XRP, almost half of the current supply. Interesting things happening with XRP. So now we're going to close out here, everybody, with a little bit of Bitcoin news. This article is titled Bitcoin Falls After US Sends $240 million worth of Silk Road related BTC to Coinbase. Once again, so Germany sells. A lot of big wigs and long-time holders sell, and the U.S. sell all at the same time. Do you still believe in coincidence? Come on now. Come on. You do know all of them are controlled. All governments are controlled entities. They don't control themselves. You look at their donors. They obey their donors. But if you are obedient to someone, then you are clearly not in control. Get my drift? It says about 4K Bitcoin had been seized from redacted trafficker redacted at his January 2024 trial. I'm not saying certain things, so YouTube is very strict. At least with me, they are. So I'm not playing any games with them. It says Bitcoin fell back towards $60,000 on Wednesday after a wallet tagged to the U.S. government moved about $240 million worth of seized Bitcoin to a Coinbase Prime address, igniting concerns among traders that the digital assets will likely be sold. You don't say. Some 3,940 Bitcoin originally seized from a Silk Road vendor was moved by the wallet, according to Arkham Intelligence social media post. Quote, this BTC was originally seized from narcotics. Oh, they got me. from redacted, and forfeited at trial in January 2024, unquote. The post said. Got to be careful, Mick. Be careful. We're on YouTube. The last movement by the government, which in late 2022 seized roughly, and if you don't know, they treat all channels differently. They definitely do. All right. Which is in late 2022 seized roughly 50,000 Bitcoin related to the Silk Road website and was $2 billion worth of Bitcoin on April the 2nd, which at the time also put pressure on digital markets. The last confirmed sale by the government was in March 2023, when it unloaded 9,861 coins for $216 million, attempting a modest bounce from its Mt. Gox related tumble earlier this week. Then you had that. All of this at the same time. There's still going to be people like, this is not orchestrated. It just seems to be happening all at the same time. And it's a coincidence. I know it's a coincidence. I don't know about that. Bitcoin slipped back below $61,000 as the news hit. It's since edged back to $61,100, down 1% over the past 24 hours. And now that you have that information, folks, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, let's get to the money.